not a Kush. No, not a Kush. Oh yeah, me I can feel them. What are they on me eye? We are the see me sister them. They die in the street. Oh, me I can feel them. We are the see me brother them in the streets. Yeah, some they link they not. Some lay down a guts at the sleep. Oh. So when I ask, they tell me say na Kush. Nike pull roll and son of them food. They prefer for left the house, they gonna get so all day they Kush. Oh yeah, say not a Kush. Me brother don't want before in time. Say not a Kush. So we they use the old age man young. Say not a Kush. Youths them just they die. Say not a Kush. Sorry Salone. We say that's a Kush. Hey, push for die. We say that's a Kush. Papa government help we say that's a Kush. Hey, push for die. Say that's a Kush. Hope for you to say, is it all?
Famble them. Una good evening, una good afternoon, una good morning. Any side, usai, una happen for fen una safe na the world. I hope life has been good. I hope say life they treat una well. I hope say things haven't been that bad. I know for say, the dunya right now is unstable. Thing they happen, thing they be. You go wake today, you wake with collat, but by the time say something the day they done that collat day, you go get them again, or you go find yourself in a situation where you not ever plan for, you never prepare for,
So we say make we drive Kush na Salone, but we like.
Okay, I think say a small disruption happened, but I think we're okay. Are we okay? Okay, thank you. Okay, so we can get small interruption, but we are good now. We're good to go, and we continue. We continue the show. So basically, like I've been say, I hope say we tin and day where they meet where we not planned for. But that they not mean for say na the end of the road. One thing where we for always gladdy and tell God thank you for, now that we get life, give we life. And so long as we get life, we live to fight another day. We live to fight another day. I can't talk, but before we sit down and the Kush talk today, or the drug talk today, a lot of things them they go in our country right now where then thing them they go give you puelat. But sometimes for me, and not say for any other person, for me, sometimes I can sit on back and think about, okay, now here we dey right now, as in I am now an adult capable of reasoning in-depthly and assessing things them in a very critical and logical manner. However, there was a time where I not been get the capacity excuse me, for addressing them in a logical and critical manner. And so I can take myself back to the time where I go yeri like me granny and impadi them. Then they talk, they say, hey, tin dia o, tin difficult o, tin tranga. And then can say, the young one there no get training again. And then I can also now sit down back and take myself to the time, the era of me mama and papa, them, you know, bringing us up, where they also feel say, Tindia, Tintranga, this, that. But the beauty of all of these Tintranga, Tindia, Tin difficult, the world don't turn upside down. I just use some of the language them, some of the say, the adage them where they can see, right? The world don't turn upside down. Me granny can go to self, he can say, not to all man where they waka waiting to foot, they waka waiting to foot. So man in aid, then they waka with. You get for get yeah, for see them. She was a very deep woman. She was my paternal grandmother. And so where I say the name, some of una go be say, una go say, hey Matilda, no, I was named after her, like if not literally, almost literally. Okay. So my paternal grandmother, Matilda Josephine Gwendolyn, actually, let me take that up. Mrs. Matilda Josephine Gwendolyn Orimisa Cole Nee Mason was a woman I was so fond of. And even in death, I am fond of her. But now be a woman of deep thinking, deep logic. And so certain day, you can just sit down no more ipini, say, I can say, Grandma, what's happening? Or sometimes I call her by her initial. I can say, MJC, what's happening? And then you can say, not all man where they walk away, they see walk out with their foot down, their foot then they walk out. Some man are there, and then they walk out with. I was too young to understand what she meant then, but now I perfectly understand what she meant. But all this to say, not to all man where they smile, thing is good for, not to all man where you see gladdy or look gladdy, seeing them, everything is well with them. But the beauty of it all for me is that if my grandparents were able to live through it in their own way, despite thinking that things are not okay, and they were able to raise our parents who came after them, and they also at some point repeated the same things that our grandparents, their parents, were saying. And now we are at that junction when we are also repeating the same things that our grandparents and parents were saying. But the beauty of it is that they were able to live through it. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. I think no matter how bad the storm gets, we are made of such grit and resistance that we will weather the storm. We will weather the storm. And so for continue the show today, I know say when some man see the title and go say, he still they talk about this angle, but you ain't not can you get for miss. And this is just the plain old truth about it. You ain't not can right now for can watch. Now you get for miss. You get for miss because you not go know all the in between them what I get for talk about. You not gonna know all the in between them what I get for talk about. And once I don't talk about the in between them that's it. Unless you go back and go look at the show fully, then you won't get the benefits. You not go get the benefits of what the beauty of the show was all about. But if you patiently watch the show from beginning to end, you not just look at title and be dismissive, right? Then you go benefit. But as soon as I know me number not they wax me. When I don't say number not they wax me. Because the 10 they approach so small kele more they go kele more they go. The 10 they approach. By God in power, we all get for done 2025. By God in power, we all go begin 2026. And by the same God in power, we all go done 2026. And he go carry you through to 2027 and 2028 and so on and so forth. By his grace, we will make it. As a matter of fact, by his grace, we've already made it. Right? But you see, the action part of this show now they wait for. Come on, give it some time. It's only a month away, a month and a half away, because inside 2026, we get for begin the rub skin. We get for begin the jam body. We get for begin to talk some kind truths them and begin ask some kind questions them. We be not begin small, but you know, we are like crying babies where they seek attention. You know what I mean? We they start small. We not listen to we go. We not listen to go. And then we up the octave. That is the beauty about my show. Me, I they take me 10. I don't care about number. I don't care about who that they watch, who that not they watch, who that been there, who that not been there. Or I can't talk, I come on, me come out. Numbers are good. It's encouraging to know that you have people listening to you, people watching you, people sharing your show. It's an encouraging part. But that may not for be the sole determinant, the sole reason why you do something. If not that then have been the reason why I've been for don't let for do this show a long time ago. Trust me. Because when the algorithms them decide for change and decide for messed up, and then you realize that overnight you almost lost 50% of your viewership and subscription or whatever, and then you realize that okay, the game and now don't turn to a political color game, that if you dey say wetin people they want you for say, then that's where their loyalty is. So long as you stay neutral and to the truth, then it's almost like you're fighting for survival. Thank God not to this, not to now we tabla rasa as them. You know, everybody where they, because for some people this is their livelihood, and I can understand why it would matter to them so much. But for we already in our VOS, this not our livelihood at all. We're not dependent on now, not they get 1 cent from Ampumpe, Dondo. So it is humanity, patriotism, and that's it. But make we go into, I believe last year by this time, or around this time last year, or the year before, I believe say me na one part the people that way been talk about food insecurity, that Sierra Leone is not food self-sufficient. And in passing, I go dey drop thing then we talk about that in different shows. But I remember when the World Bank reports been come out na do, I don't remember, I think it must have been a year or a year and a half or 2 years ago. What was very clear though, and waiting go make us say maybe 2 years ago, I remember say that report they come on not too long before the elections, or it was around the electoral calendar, close to the electoral calendar, where that report they come away. The report say, I believe by then it was 50% of Sierra Leoneans were food insecure. Right, 50%. So when you look at the 8 point something, means say 4 point something people them. They actually break it down to those numbers. 4 point something people them angry. They're not able to eat. They're not getting for it. Or if they get in for itself, ino boku, ino plenty. Where if we broken down to basic English, it means for say some people go hungry, or some people can barely afford a meal a day. And that report they as when that report they come, I've been asked about what happened to the rice project. I believe it was 50 million euros rice project. I asked about what happened to the seeds them, where they been supposed to donate to farmers them, and where they also call people that were interested in farming for get seeds them for grow. I asked about what happened to the backyard project, because as a result of that report, I think, or before then, the mayor of Freetown self be introduced one kind community, it's called community gardening. We're not a very good initiative, because if you able for plant waiting you they eat, then half of the problem of nutrition now you don't solve so. Because if you able to plant your cassava, your petete, your okra, your pepper, your yabas, and all of the things that our fertile soil can produce now your backyard, then waiting you really they look at now the protein, right? Something are the fish, or are the chicken, or are the beef. But the thing is that our soil is so rich, is so fertile, that even safe inside it, if you not even get beef or chicken or fish, if you're not even able to afford that, the kind greens them where we soil able produce enough for give you the nutrients the way your body need for survive. But with that, I also get a consciousness say, we don't build outside. We know they left backyard again. Few people build with that in mind. Say we for left backyard. I remember a few years, must have been about 10 years or about 15 years or so ago. One me granny house na Freetown. I remember some of me paddy them call me say, "Bo, Matilda, that space they pack at least 3 or 4 mochuka. Why, when you enter the compound, and that is just one space amongst many, right, where you go able to plant. Me late granny, now the type of person where you go say she had a green thumb. She had a green thumb with man called green thumb. For say in hand good, he get good hand with garden, with plants. Anything where he plants it, they grow. Anything, you name it. So long as he taking finger, he put on a gun, it they grow. And so me grow up understanding gardening. Gardening, you know, plant something then where you go grow for able for it. But the way that they build now na Freetown, and the way how they building them, and because the place so crowded, space not there. People they know they build and left space for gardening. People they know they build and left place for plants. And if you don't grow, how would you survive? How do you feed? People then they left the province system. They come more and more into Freetown, more and more. And then they left the interlands, they're empty. We get arable space, enough space, boku space, for not only build, but for also plant and eat. And so that is why I am very serious to my viewers the way they watch me. I don't already talk and I say, if una into know they sell land to Creole na the provinces. But do ya? If ever there is such thing amongst una laws them, I am interested in buying land in the provinces. Not interested in for buy land in Freetown. I'm interested for buy land at the provinces because I see the potential. I see the benefits. I know what I can gain from it, me personally. Freetown does not excite me the way it used to excite me when I was growing up, or even the way it used to excite me 5 years ago. It don't excite me that way there anymore. Unless one village there outside na the outskirts of Freetown, tell me I dey go by. Because I know the benefits. We need for begin teach we picking them how for growing them from when they're young. So that when they become older, nothing will go there inside them and then go continue, then go able to feed themselves. Make we this not even okay, I they use Thomas Dixon, journalist, as me quote here. But this not even Thomas Dixon, this now waiting the World Bank say. Make we see waiting the World Bank say about Sierra Leone right now. And how food self-insufficient we are. We are very food self-insufficient. And we don't do so, we don't be so for a very long time. I know say some man go say, oh, but we get a feed salon where they do very well. Yes, feed salon, when feed salon starts, feed salon not starts, feed salon, Feed Salone, we go get forget like the existence of Feed Salone for maybe about 10 years or more before we see real tangible outcome of the Feed Salone project. It's a very good project. You know, it get the potential for change the game and change the face of food self-insufficiency in Sierra Leone. But we can't leave it to Feed Salone alone. We self as individual get for put to you. Una president don't tell una say in dey grow im own chicken, e get im farm, e dey go, e get im fall them and wetin dey call. So una for know for say for him and im family they are covered. E don tell una for say he don't take care of in bungalow. Una sef una go need for go take care of your own bungalows then. Some of the ministers within in cabinet, then sef dem don dey show una say dem don take care of their own bungalows there. So unu sef una need for go take care of your own bungalows there. Whether una eat 3 times for day, whether una no eat, whether una eat 1 time for day, whether na water una drink for 1 week, that is not their problem because they have found a way to be food self-sufficient. Whereas the nation as a whole is terribly food self-insufficient. Angry bokuna, that it mean. It's not there, tin not there for it. It ask for fenting for it. That's what food self-insufficiency means. Make I read the quote. Thomas Dixon on Liberty TV. Let me read the quote. Can it be made bigger? Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The World Bank report, they say the February 2024 edition of the World Food Programme Food Insecurity Report indicated that 82% of population were food insecure. Among these, 18% of households are severely food insecure. So this is actually they show say we need to do a lot. As I say, Feed Salone slowly we do something because some amount of things that will be the import they don't reduce. But at the same time, we need a lot for do for able to bring this figure down. With regards food, 82% of the population, meaning 8 out of every 10 Sierra Leoneans food insecure. Now the best way that you can put a lady layman understand 8 out of every 10 Sierra Leonean we pass 8 food insecure. Not get tea way they eat. And you know they see on the faces of people. They are people, even the president talk the last day, say people and the vex where no it. There are people in the level of vexation, the level of anger in our country. It clearly they show say there is poverty, there is hunger in this country. Imagine who then have free tongue now. Think of the people within the provinces, how then they live.
Exactly. Imagine then a free tongue. Think of the people within the provinces there, how then they live. But Thomas Dixon and all, may I shock you for say, you can say imagine the people within a free tongue, so here they bang them, pass the one them where they na the provinces most of the time. So it goes on, Thomas Dixon and I quote goes on to say, I be tell una right, we did 2025, I tell una for say, there was a report even before this one, so this 2024 one, we say 50% of Sierra Leoneans, then they suffer from food insecurity, right? Now, it go on for say in 2024, the report will come out 2024, now na 2025, say, despite progress under the Feed Salone initiative, the World Bank's February 2024 report showed that 82% of the population remains food insecure. So we go from 50 to 82%, right? That's about a 32% increase, because I remember the first report we come on I don't have 15, I didn't say. Now it says that with 18% severely affected, highlighting the urgent need for more action. So not only that, 8 out of 10 family, so 8 person, if I put am per family, I go say now 2 family they no more able afford a decent meal inside Sierra Leone every single day. The other 8, they can barely afford a meal every single day. Then he say inside that one day, 18% inside that one day, right? 18. So let's almost say about 2 families, give or take, inside that one day. Then for it look and see doyanda. It means that they go hungry, the potential for making them go hungry a day or 2 or 3 is very, very likely. Very, very likely. It go on for say you dey see and people listen. When you pick phone call person, instead of make the person say, yes, how the body, how you dey do now that they talk, you say, now that wait make you dey call me. Now waiting. Not also we dey greet people. Not also you dey tell Adu. Instead of make you say, hello, hey, now that they call, I don't know that they call. Now waiting. Ah, God. Mistake go die as the wrong number na salon, make the wrong person pick. Not to hello, who is this or now that this so. No. Now waiting. With vexation too. Now in the answer you. Now waiting. Waiting you want. As in, I'm not getting for it, you want can burn me data. And you dey see on people then face. Scout the social media spaces. You dey see say people are faking joy, people are faking happiness. But inside, you know something is terribly wrong. You know say something is terribly, terribly wrong. So now here we dey right now. 8 person inside salon out of 10, them barely can feed themselves. Out of that 8, they another 2, then they on na them and God. And so then they wake and grab. It was about a year ago when I showed you the video of a family that ran to the bush because not only them sigh for Lidom, they also not been getting for it. And so the mama for able put Tina in picking them mouth for it. He carried them go na bush. He say at least inside this bush here so, I know some thick them way if I rub them together, I wash them, I give me picking them. If then drink them, then go belly full. Now inside the same, now inside salon we see that. So something has to give, something needs to be done, whether we like it or not. Feed Salone, like I say, beautiful project. But it go take a while for make it attain the mass, the critical mass where it need for attain. For make people begin see the difference or the benefits. It's still too young, it's still too fresh. The demand is very high, the productivity is very low. So until then, me go continue for encourage people them. Do ya. Uno come together now no community. Before uno turn ground to dirty box, uno make manure and plant something we go able hold the warm them now on a belly. Because the one that wanna when they threaten to before they self not get. Just because you see them wear fine clothes, they laugh. Old person and they go no mean for say themself then get. Themself not get. If somebody tell you right now, as Salone say, I not get. If I been get, I didn't get. I not say they get the wicked one then way. If they get, they not go ever give. But if somebody tell you, see, I not get, if I been get, I go give, believe the person. Because they play it ranga. It ranga, oh. Then, until before I been say the ground dry, the ground don't pleat. It don't scatter. This line is called broken pieces. The shattered glass, shattered mirror, or shattered ceiling, wherever or not, don't broke. It is not about picking the pieces and bringing them back together. It's about wherever you find yourself. Say thank you, God. At least I found myself here today. Because if una dey wait for them people they also for fix salon for una, I am sorry to say it's not going to happen. So do what you can. Now your little space and leave the rest to the universe. Good. Now I want to talk small about the immigration issue before we sit down inside for talk about 2-3 Kush business. You know, I have been very hesitant for talk about this. I think her name is Madam. I don't know if her married name is Mrs. Kuyate or if that's her maiden name. And so for that sole reason, make a left hand to Madam Rogiatu. Okay? No disrespect. The reason why I don't be very hesitant, people then call me, oh Matilda, you don't see that video. Matilda, what's your take? Matilda. And I've been silent. The only thing is that I wrote a general message on my post to say that I hope the dehumanizing treatment she received will be looked at. Because no human being, no matter waiting, nor deserve for be treated, for be dehumanized, no matter what. But as uno know me, I don't talk with emotions. A lot of the analysis that I don't see, a lot of the analysis that I don't hear people and they forward me this, that. They're all based on emotions, I'm sorry to say. And please, if you are attached to this person, it is either you take what I'm about to say reasonably and critically and ponder upon it, reflect on what I have to say. But if you think that you are so emotionally attached, I go maybe advise you for watch me for the next 10 minutes and then come back after 10 minutes. Because some of you are not going to understand me. So therefore, my advice to you is exit. Because I don't want to make anybody can get blood pressure or anxiety in the name of Matilda said so. Next week, Saturday, by God in power, I will dedicate more time to the immigration issue. Uno no for say, when this whole thing will begin, uno go back to my videos then. I warned and I earnestly and seriously warned about the fact that please, whatever season we're going through right now, now the US are the big una. Whatever grievances, whatever dispute, whatever misunderstanding you and somebody get, no use waiting they go on politically for point finger by you comping Salomon. I say unu cover unu self. Unu no allow waiting they go on na the political climate na the US for can inside with community. I'm like, because I foresee it, I am hearing so and so been do me so and so been jog me man, so and so been make me blabber, so and so been do me this. Wait no man, no say no get paper, I no say no get. And this same very chair also as it also. This same very room also as it also. Now they are take 10 big people them and take 10 talk to people them. You see what happened to Madam Rugiato, not only the first person it happened to. And not only the last person it go happen to. I'm not going to go inside the detail of the case of the fact that, you know, this is not the first time she's been deported and all of that and all that jazz. But in few minutes, like I say, I will talk about it later on because I want to blend some topics and issues then together. I cannot do that just exclusively and that's it. And by way of disclaimer, I don't know this person. As soon as I know, I don't live in the US. I know my interaction with the US are mostly with my friends and my family. Period. 80% of my interaction with people that within the US are my family members. The other 20 are friends and maybe acquaintances. And when I say friend, na people that I go school with, so trade yanda. I asabi them, not to yaso asabi them. Trade yanda na asabi them. Acquaintances are people I met on the socials. That's it. But I see a lot of people and they miss the point of waiting they go on. To address this, first of all, we have to acknowledge the fact that the presidency of the current government in America made a decree. The presidency of VOS Salone accepted the decree. The governance of the US point out certain things then. The governance of the Sierra Leone government accepted and acknowledged those things. When I overstay, visiting student visa overstay, expiration of visa overstay, illegal stays. When our foreign minister come, and I actually pull am na me post for bringing attention to what I was saying. When our foreign minister come, he signed paper. He signed paper for gree say yes. All hudud no meet the people they own demand and request and policy and waiting they want. If the person they will not meet them, yes. Therefore return them back na the country. When a salon. He say yes, if they can't then overstay, they not get paper, they not comply, they not meet the compliance rule and waiting this, that. Yes, if they not, then for return them back that they are their citizens, they will welcome them with open arms. Unfortunately for this woman, I see people and they talk about the fact that, oh, he done been at the US since she was 12 years old. She went to school in the US. She studied in the US. She has had a family in the US. Has a beautiful career in the US. And so on and on and on and on and on. And she's a beautiful person, a lovely person. I sure say all them on the hand and back way and don't return for the most part. They are beautiful people, they are lovely people. I'm sure some of them when they came to the US, I'm sure they made good use of the opportunities that were given to them, just like she did and she has. Sometimes when we they put emotion on things, we for be very careful. What does the law say? Should the law of the United States be abridged because of a single individual who happen to have some form of connections or whatever? Absolutely not. She had stayed in the US for 30 years, according to you all, 30 years, without straightening her papers. Una they say then grant and stay, leave of stay. If then grant and leave of stay, why wasn't she walking around with that document? Because leave of stay, not to green card. Leave of stay, not to citizenship. Then say, okay, you can tap, we allow you for tap. Knowing the environment, the fragility of the environment, why work out with the copy of that paper there if indeed she's been granted leave of stay? Or if according to other people then where they say she was in the process, now lie to them, who that lied to them? How then lie to them? We need for know that, because these are the things we need for expose. If she was framed, if she was made to believe something else, and granted this person is a highly educated individual who is lettered, so if they give you something, knowing your predicament, I think say the first thing when you for do now for open them and open your eye like fat foot and read them and make sure so you understand them. Decide where you not understand. If you need for go contact immigration lawyer, go contact that immigration lawyer, make it interpret unto you good one. So you go know who side you team up and how you team up. Asking emotional questions here has nothing to do about it. Asking logical, critical questions have everything to do about it. 30 years in the United States, having your kids, am I to assume that none of him picking they're not over the age of 18 way? At that point, they are citizens, having been birthed in the United States, can go and, put in papers for their mother? Am I to assume? Now, an assumption will they make, because I cannot 100% categorically say it gets picking them over that age day. But given the age that they're saying and them saying she's, been a family woman and what have you for a while, I will assume that she's got children over the age of 18. When you hear this man done they do in Bombosoro, you know how you team up. You know how you de waka. Why didn't she immediately take steps to make sure she's in good standing, or put harm in a way where this thing so not go affect her? According to some information what they receive, they said she's been in holding for about 4 months. Why didn't the Sierra Leone community come up and speak out like they are doing now? Why didn't they rally around? Why didn't they find a lawyer while she was still in holding in the United States to see what can be done for her? It's not for excuse the treatment, or because I tell you, say, nobody deserve dehumanizing treatment. What the Ghanaian authorities did, what the Ghanaian immigration did, was disgusting. Disgusting. Absolutely inexcusable on every level. But, there is a but. But the response from we own side, hey boy, make we look like doll baby boy. It not make we look like a sovereign nation. For the fact that say na we na the headman na the ECOWAS one pot. For the fact that say na we na the headman na the ECOWAS one pot. And we're able to crash match yourself for the treatment given to our own, instead and they tell on for say then go do their own internal investigation, and then go that all the people have been suspended, and go do their own internal investigation, and then they go can't tell. Are you people for real? Is that how diplomacy works? Is that how? Because this is not all even diplomacy. Ghana and Sierra Leone get bilateral ties, bilateral relation to multilateral relation, or they get bilateral relation. And bilateral, when you get bilateral relation to somebody, that closeness is like brotherhood and sisterhood. They spat on your faces. Fit a bobona. And then you people are sitting there keeping quiet. But on the other hand, why did the situation de-escalate to this manner? For one, this person they working at the health system. He understand the rules of engagement. Why didn't she, if at any point, maybe just put on her phone to record what was going on? She refused to leave the holding hotel, the cell, whatever holding place, to be moved to whatever. She refused. Okay. It's within her rights. Say no one go salon, salon or safe, salon or this, he rather prefer na Ghana. It get for waiting I saw, it gets the direct line to the council, the consulates, the Freetown High Commissioner or consulate na Ghana, which means she's connected. So when she got to Ghana, why didn't she take her phone and call them directly and say, this is the situation I'm in? Why did she allow herself for things to de-escalate to that point? Because they no go just can't take you no more, they begin drag you. It go begin first with let us go. We are waiting. Can we go? Please, can you walk? Please let us go. It starts with cajoling. They don't just come and brrr. I mean, these are Africans here. There are certain ways we do things. As grotesque and as brutal those people seem to be at the end, I don't think that's how it all started. We saw the de-escalating point, the escalation of stuff, right? After it don't become messy. But what happened before we did not see. Why you go allow people and for drag you in that manner when you could have gotten up and walk and make your point and make your case, still having the person where they record for you record. And to some extent, and at this one I saw no go like, was it a deliberate act by her? Because this person also is asthmatic. At one point when they called for impoffer. You know you get a medical condition. Why put yourself in that situation? If you know you had the direct line to the consulate, why you not call the consulate? And say this is a life or death. But at the end of it all, given the press release that came out, would it have made a difference? The answer is no. Despite all of the force and everything else that she put up, it not been for result in anything based on the press release where we see. So why could you not have saved yourself, your dignity, your humanity, by just complying? Instead, I am sorry to say, now this I say this was so you made a charade of yourself. And now people then want make people then begin do that apathy game. I'm sorry, apathy is boring. Like Mio Matilda, I am sorry, apathy is boring. This apathy state where we can like for put we safe. It not don't care we go any side. It not don't do any good for we. So how about we redress ourselves and recorrect ourselves and re-engage in the most appropriate manner? There are ways to go about this. It didn't need to be escalated to the point, deteriorated to the point where now your picture is being placarded all over the place. Because remember, because of your refusal to comply with a simple command, let's go. It not justify the way they treat you. It not justify and today, it not justify and tomorrow. Sometimes in the heat of an argument and frustration, people don't use their mind. They use their thinking faculty. And a damn thing happened to the Ghanaian authorities. They not use their mind. They're not thinking. They not use their thinking faculty. They not use Bantu. They not use Bantu at all. They not use Bantu at all. They not use Bantu at all. At no certain point, then use a Bantu. And we as Africans, that is what we are known for, Bantu. We are our brother's keepers. But on that particular day, the Ghanaian authorities then refused to be them brother's keeper. That is not to say she also did not play a part in getting them to that point. she did, and make we not forget that. Now that make her say apathy is boring. I don't do apathy. I will speak the truth. I will say what needs to be said. I will even come to your aid if I need to. I will be part of those voices that would advocate. But at the same time, I'm not going to play apathy. I'm not going to be lured to play apathy. No, I'm not going to. Because there are all the silence and the unknowns in between that were not being talked about. All of the other Sierra Leoneans, then wait and don't deport. Una feel to say we don't know. Una feel to say we know they get the numbers them. Una feel to say na the first person wait and deport. Do they have access to the number of the ICA commissioner for speed dial? The answer is no. They not get the same kind sababu where this one so in get. And this one so no say he get sababu. And he try for use in sababu. But unfortunately, not to all size sababu they work. Sometimes you have to use logic and principles. You cannot take that video and go to the international court to go to her and say, oh, because she was treated this way, therefore she needs to. At best, maybe they go allow her stay in Ghana if that's where she chooses to go. Or if her children decide, or family member then decide for do a new application for them, for come back na the US, maybe. I don't understand the US immigration laws and policies and how then they decide for either blacklist person, wiper, accept person. We don't see people and they don't deport them, they don't manage, wiggle them way, come back just like her, according to what the sources and information we're getting. She was once deported and she made her way back. So if fat foot don't bet you before, or like with people like in say, if snake bet you where you see how they call and tumbu, they run. If snake be don't bet you before, why make you allow tumbu for come? And that is why I said, if you not somebody when an apathy they play with, you don't need to be part of the segment as I speak. Because I'm going to be very logical. She might be your relation, your family member, your acquaintance, your friend, and whatever is that. The rule cannot be bended for one over another. Me not they play that game day. When are they advocates for everybody squarely and equally, regardless of who you are, regardless of your influence. But first of all, let's set certain things straight. And let's call a spade a spade. Next week, I'll go pick this up. Because at the end of the day, one thing remains, she's a Sierra Leonean. At the end of the day, one thing remains truth, she was dehumanized. At the end of the day, another thing remained truth, her papers were incorrect. She was not absolutely right, neither was she absolutely wrong. But she's got a father, a mother, people who absolutely love her and cherish her. She's got children. She's got a life and a community. And for that and that alone, we need for find way to see if there is a way. All the other noise owner they make is irrelevant. Because at the end of the day, what does the law say? Period. Make we move on. Now, I want before we sit down inside the president in status talk, make we do quick rounds on Kush. Now, no for say I no go talk without I no say hello to me picking them. Hope for Youth Freetown Sierra Leone yesterday do a distribution of 36 blood pressure machine them all over Sierra Leone, na Freetown and all over the other districts them. The reason why make and not only we distribute them 36 blood pressure machine here, so the production team will put the photo up of the picture of the representatives them from Freetown and the different districts that we can receive the 36 blood pressure machine, for make them put them na the Hope for Youth centers them, where we young people them where they part of Hope for Youth go they come and they can take them blood pressure them at least once a week, because we know for say that there are something where they not the monitor. And earlier this year we lost the precious soul. We lost the precious soul. Now Hope for Youth na Freetown na the Juba chapter, Lonely Juba chapter, simply because of waiting afterwards we believe say in pressure shoot up. And if there was a blood pressure machine we been done they checking blood pressure, we them been done they monitoring blood pressure and everything, we feel say by the time we then can go corner and try for walk on them and eventually a loss in life, we feel say her life could have been spared. And we notice say boku young people and they die because then they develop high blood pressure somehow. Don't know why. So going back to waiting, Thomas Dixon say angry boku and then vex. They see on their face. And all of that anxiety can make you blood pressure spike. And so, because we lost this precious soul, some of the Hope for Youth patrons them and good at people and come together and donate blood pressure machines them. And now we decide say them blood pressure machines then they will go distribute and at all of the center, at least each center will get 2 blood pressure machine where the youth then go come and take them blood pressure so that their blood pressure will be monitored. We want to say thank you very much to Dr. Sharif, Fuad Sharif, who now all know we can go do the medical mission na salon. When I also gets cotton tree pharmacy. We want to say thank you to Dr. Fuad Sharif, one of we partners them. As a matter of fact, na a medical consultant na Hope for Youth, an advisor. When I train all the young people they also on how for properly check blood pressure, how for use the machine, how for maintenance the machine, and how for make sure say the machine they work good one. So it not only make sure say the machine reach the different provinces them, but it also make sure say we bring them all kind of Freetown, usai it train them, teach them how for use this blood pressure machine. So we want for say thank you very much to all of the donors them of Hope for Youth Sierra Leone. Thank you very much to all of the youths them Hope for Youth Sierra Leone for the good work we continue for the do. Now make we go to 2-3 videos then. Even as we continue to say no to Kush, this first video they come out, the first and the second video they come out from a sensitization awareness campaign where we hope for youth, you know, young man and young woman then do not kono. They are doing a beautiful job there, sensitizing the youth, going into the drug houses themselves, talking to the youths then where they you know, and how for left this Kush and try for see how they can reintegrate them as society, for do other thing, for pull their mind come on who side it dey right now and make them, you know, productive and you know, citizens of the nation. Make we watch.
No to Kush. No to Kush.
Well, money, we tell una plenty thank you. Yeah. This morning we there for sensitize the brothers and sisters they will have the Kush. Yeah. If you not say you had the Kush at this area, we want to see how we begin to go these days. Yeah. They begin to be them a better job so that they go school. Yeah. So then I be celebrating and this to country. Yeah. Sure. They are all on turn to dirty. Yeah. They are all on turn to Kushman them. They are all on turn to clean salon. They all get pendant. Yes. So do ya with the gas split owner because we don't come with pets. We want to make we help with set. Now we get this cushion at this country. Because they see don't destroy this country, don't destroy we begin it. We all see we brothers and sisters. First day now they see sister they go to brother, they don't go get money, but right now when see na street, I like na big one, they beg money. The uncle they beg money. So we come for sensitize on her, they go tell on her say anybody when they sell Kush, they pull up, we will catch you, we will hold you. You don't go, you don't service outside you don't go. So we come to tell on her say, they're gonna forget about Kush. Kush now fine, Kush they kill. How far you say?
No to Kush.
How you say?
No to Kush.
How far you say?
No to Kush.
How you say?
No to Kush.
We mama
Secretary General on behalf of the Sierra Leone, because I know they are currently in the prison. So, purpose for Kaya today, we brothers them. We not come for nobody now. We just smoke the Kush. And the one way they deal with the Kush, the dealers them. Now they will they against. And today now just a warning. If you not say you in this area, you not dealer in Kush. Today now warning for you. The time we will come for you, no go know, and the particular date you no go know. When they come for you, we already don't get information about you. The best thing go do now is for stop or sell the Kush against from brothers and sisters. Because most of people there today, we not feature papa them, we not feature honorables, feature councillors, feature head of family. Like I see somebody now who is at the passionate, and somebody is at the machine, is a you operate all kind machine engine. Then we are special name. Which man be don't see all. It's a genius by engine business. What they go was yes, that genius by engine. No engine, no they know we start and build up. But today look, in they can smoke Kush. So that in talent all therefore die. Never die with them. So who they smoke them? We not there against you. The only thing you do now for left hand. Because Kush not get no benefit to you. But when you begin smoke Kush to now, waiting at the benefit that we don't get. Now your money they go, you don't get time with your parents them, you don't get no future plan for yourself. And remember say you not future father. Remember say you not future counselor. Remember say people that they outside who they depend on you. So we need for them the Kush, who the smoke them. And to the dealers.
So the 2 video then, like I say, one I don't see now from the Hope for Youth, Sierra Leone, Kono chapter. The first one is sensitization where they do, just get a snippet of them going around the city and sensitizing people, talking about the dangers of Kush. The second one where una see then go inside the smoke house, inside and they gather for smoke the kush. Inside and they. The one they wanna see sit on this so and whatever, and that house they wanna sit on this so na kush house. And go there and go talk to the people them where they smoke, the one where they sell. They did not only talk to the ones that are taken, but they also spoke to the dealers as well. And go inside that hostel and spend lots of time. Obviously, we cannot show all of the videos, we just show snippets. Where then they engage not only the dealers then one by one and communally, but also they talk to the victims them, the smokers them as well of the kush, and see how, you know, then go try for get them first for the dealers then for stop this habit, and make sure say, and they don't tell them say then go raid them, and then they report them to the law because they know them, they know they are. See, I tell you about the beauty of community. And so I am very proud of my young ones. You know, they call me Madam MJC. I'm very proud of them, very proud of their work. Keep on keeping on. You know, other provinces, them like McKinney and the rest, they are about to engage in a massive campaign. And I know for say when that day happen, I go show them back now. So for me, kuna see, I hope for you to safe. How we continue for push, and that we not go ever stop, and we go continue until there is zero drugs, zero kush, zero substance abuse na Sierra Leone. Now, as we pivot to attention, I want to talk about a video. I know for say last week or 2 weeks ago there was a big drug bust where happened. Make we watch the video, we talk small, and then we go inside the other we continue for last week.
Police in Freetown made an unannounced search on a house in Fuabe, discovering over 4,500 grams of Kush, 15 ounces and 2 loose portions of the drug, along with 50,800 new Leone'S, believed to be proceeds from sales. The operation was carried out by the Harbour Police Division at number 11 Malta Lane during a routine patrol led by ASP Francis Tommy. Officers first arrested Matthew Hindowa with 74 wraps of suspected Kush, which led them to the major discovery. Acting on information obtained from arrest, police searched a nearby house reportedly owned by Unisa Koroma, also known as MAF, who is currently on the run. All exhibits have been properly documented and secured as evidence, while investigations continue to track the main suspects and uncover the source of these illegal drugs.
But look, me fumble them. That man the way then they show so it don't look like for say angry they catch him. It don't look like say angry they catch him. But now that person there, now in they deal drugs. So we picking them with mama, with uncle, sister, brother, now in they dip and all this talk what we don't they talk. But all this beg what don't they beg. But all this sensitization, this campaign, everything what don't they do. When you look at that, but I mean, it's sorry. Meanwhile, look, when I see this first, the reporting, the first time I see them, and then when they show the individual, I'm like, this was yourself look like he need thing for it. But now the one way look like he need thing for it. Now one of the suppliers hold one of the biggest wraps of drug with them and money. But when you look at that person, you even suspect say safe and inside and kind thing there. That is why drug has no face. Drug no get face, so dealership no get face. Now that make I can say watch your neighbor with one eye. Inside that tongue there, I need for watch your neighbor then with one eye. Look at the individual, look at him. Does he look like someone that is playing with such money, handling such money, whether in a middleman now, whether in a tailman now, whether in a aidman now, we don't care. But when you look at it, does he not look hungry and vexed? He not look angry. He look like somebody we get something pana. But these are the people in our community, in our society, where they go around, where they poor people picking them, where the poor community picking them. At least I'm happy with suicide and born a seizure of a lot of drugs them earlier this week, I believe, or was it last week? I think it's been this week. I think it's in Akisi. We then go and put was it diesel or whatever they say, then they burn the drug them. But to the Sierra Leone police, you can do better. Una forget a special dedicated place suicide una the burn denting there. Denting there so na toxin. Na toxin then the toxicity na toxin na bad thing them. Una they go burn and so na open here. Una the burn and open here outside the flame there, the how they call it? The smoke, people and they ingest them. No self no not do well. Oh. I understand that you get this urgency and this need and this speed to please and for make people and see say they do no work, they try. Yes, but planning is also important. And I need for look at the after effects as well. Decide when una burn this thing as on the open here or whatever. Okay, more move on. We cannot continue. We cannot begin the talk about the health situations that we go emerge as a result of this. We need to think. All I am saying is that good your season, good you're holding, good you're destroying, but the end point, the destruction, needs to be properly planned. How you destroy, the space you destroy, the environment, how you control the destruction. The fumes from the destruction is equally important. It's equally important. Okay. Some say na me big brother, some say na me uncle. However, I choose for color. Make we continue from Musa we left last week. Make we continue from Musa we left last week na status. But before that, I think say make I tell a few people I do. Now only if one person actually say I do to me today, so now that person may back me say go tell I do. When I Albert Lansana they can't out you because today I be one kekwe. I was just on the verge of making a kekwe decision where Albert Lansana texts me say, Matilda, I hope you are coming. We are waiting for you. Do not disappoint. When you don't see that kind of text message, the wait you get for do you just get for Mojuba. And so I just take me click and me clack. And just take and roll myself over from the bed, Saful, and say, yes, I'll be there 5 o'clock. So, Albert Lansana, you get at me today, It was like something spoke to you that I was about to do something. Something spoke to you that I was about to do something, and you don't allow me for do it I want to do. So, welcome and thank you for always being here on Saturdays. You know, one dedicated viewer for sure and contributor to the show, and we appreciate it. Now make we go to the one way that they call. Some man can say I'm a big brother. Some man can say you paddy. Some man can say you uncle. Anyone on a caller now, danding on our wahala. Make we go to Nyongo.
I could not and would not stand by why chemicals imported into this country consume the lives of our youth, who make up over 70% of Sierra Leonean population. Faced with this crisis, we did not wait. We acted. Under the leadership of the Honorable Vice President and the coordination of Professor Furisa, we launched the National Task Force on Drug and Substance Abuse to implement a multi-sectoral approach to combat this Kush crisis. Although Professor Sa will shortly provide us with a comprehensive overview of the progress made, let me share some key highlights of what have been accomplished so far. In terms of treatment and expansion, we have increased treatment beds from 50 in Freetown to 312 beds nationwide, a staggering increase of 524%. Health workforce, 1,247 frontline workers, including nurses, CHOs, social workers, and peer counselors, have all been trained in addition to care and mental health. Community engagement. The task force has reached over 1,186 communities, distributed 10,000 information, education, and communication materials, and trained over 1,000 youth and women leaders as champions. Reintegration support. 198 young people reintegrated into schools, vocational training, or small businesses. Law enforcement. Over 3,800.
Okay, so I dey pause for pick a call. Caller, waiting are your name and also you dey call from.
Until yes, this staff for the Mustafa star. Una good
Yes.
evening. Thank you very
good
much
evening.
for the program. First of all, I want to Mr. Kagbo, he made for come to this. Mr. Kagbo, you will talk about, say, what about the people and begin to play with figures them? Where what happen what is Senegal where you talk about where the other people they come and get for on art that thing there. The problem here is that people are not paying attention. We're not going to wait until other people can come. Now because people are not pay attention. You don't talk about the concept we then come with, we then talk about rebasing the economy or the GDP. We're in a political ploy because they want to say because that time the 2022 we didn't give figures them last day we didn't give figures them the debt to GDP we don't already did 98%. We didn't meet around 60-something%. So because of that shame, make them count which way they can change this year. So what they then do, they rebase the thing, they say, oh, the GDP, inflation, or waiting, the price of goods, and this and that, the money value, that time they this and that, then give. But when they see the rebase, they're not going to say, then we're only 2018, we didn't come to power. That shows is very political. Either if you don't say you go 2007 because or 2010, 15, for just making show some national thing. So they're not doing. So that thing they wouldn't do so. Right now, I don't count a lot of disadvantages because what you didn't do, when they put them down to they rebase the economy, the GDP. That time they the debt to GDP, it come to 57%. And now it don't go back to around 70%. But the disadvantage now is now the debt, because they don't take so many local debts, we they not even quantify them yet, the local debt, them, then just see they don't want to show you the volume exactly where they don't borrow. So now, then they pay 59% of the revenue to debt servicing. Way before even they around 25%, we didn't come to go power. We can have power. Now 25, now you don't go to 60% of the money. So now even money not there enough for pay salaries them. Not go to when they talk about capital investment, they not go that side it. Just for pay salaries, the money not there again. Now make you the already say it's cancelled until this December when they come, they not get 1 cent each for 2025. A lot of agents they not get nothing for this year. So I just want to make a call that talk. They say they're not going to go away. Then still go in power. We already feel them, and there are a lot of variables that we don't come out for this. Even the thing when we talk about that, they say, oh, we want to make a 15% revenue, NRA revenue to government to GDP. Now it don't go down to 7% because of the same rebates. With the rebates now, it better them because they not use their brain for things. They use just their, I don't know what they use. So now that one come out. So number two is now this immigration thing where they talk about. So now they talk about. First of all, why Ghana if you say they sign say then they take people and back to Salone to their country. Because Salone want to take people and Salone go take them. But if you go take people, let them say you can keep them. You can leave them. They say, oh, go take them. Then two Caribbean people away within a Salone. They're not been there for a long time. I don't know if they're still there. So now go sign say, then give money or then give any kind of favor where then give or they say them put them on blacklist for visa. Then you go take 10 people and they say, me you can go now. Salone want to go take them, go take them. I think it's Salone government for stand up number one to Ghana. That's not the if you go take people and then give money or whatever advantage you get, hold them. No can say pass out there. But I don't know if Salone government even say anything about that. So now number one. Number two to this is Matilda, you talk about the I don't know the story. I mean, you're a journalist, or let me say so now because you're not the media. I get information in there. But what you want me to talk about that? They say empathy within a particular situation where you involve. Even me, I also I don't get people a long time. You see, then talk, say, come take give the passport back. They say turn back na Salone, and go so no more. Even the law talk say, now so the law talk. I don't go think about the law. I go think about me own self first. How I go start. How I don't come out of that country day. I not get the church again. Those kind of things can make you do things the way might not be rational. I just want to make you think about that because when somebody in a particular situation, who sells some food, empathize, say it can be me. Despite all the achievement, the old achievement, and country there, law can change tomorrow. They talk, say, can't give you this, and then they begin to treat you this kind of way. And nobody go one turn back na Africa way opportunities they're not there, you don't get life na yeah, you don't see, picture within reach, and then they say can't turn back. Now that's what I want to talk about that issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, caller. For the Mr. Kagbo young part, I go let for make him deal with that. But for the lady, like I said, me not they do apathy. I do reasoning, I do logic. And when I take up, and like I say, when I will go into the, the plea part, that is what, now then let me go look at. But the way we Salone community, they go about this, they are not making it easier for her. Because the reasoning then way then they give not to in supposed for give. Right? The justifications then way them for give, not to then they give. I think what they supposed for focus on is the fact that this person has come here, this person has schooled here. For all I know, she's never been in any criminal activities. She has served the nation. She has contributed to this nation. For all I know, she's in the healthcare field where mean for say, even during the Corona term, she gave of her service. Talk about in contributions then to that society. Talk about the fact that say, no longer go be like going back to Sierra Leone after having lived here for 30 odd years. There is no association anymore. Use logical reasoning for convince and make a plea. Not use emotion. Emotion no go take you anywhere. Now that let me they try for get to with people and say, una left this apathy thing. Because it no go take you no side. The person, even when they try for advocate for, you might end up doing her more harm than good. How about we use logic? How about we acknowledge what is? And then say, in as much as we have acknowledged, for this and this and this and this, can you tamper justice with mercy? That's what I'm expecting from people. But that's not what I've been hearing from people. America does not owe her anything. Now in choose for come, America not send column. Now in choose for come. Just like we Canada not send call me. I mean, if she was 12, I could understand that say, now in parents then or whoever, however means he take come, na so he come. In my case, I go say, na me family choose for bring me na yaso. But I am here now. And I have to do whatever the law says. Absolutely. For somebody who don't live your entire life here for go sit down and blackout, mosquito, bolo and chinch. Not for talk about the hardship. Abba. Yes. I understand, but let's use logic for address this thing. Make we not use emotion and apathy. The moment we bring in emotion and apathy, we will miss the point. And so far, no one has actually made a convincing argument and reasoning out there. Except for maybe one person. I think I read up Frances in writing. And that at least was as logical or as close to logical as I can bring it. And then maybe but everybody else, they miss the point. Everybody else at far me don't listen to them, miss it because they don't make the emotion don't carry them over, that they actually fail for recognizing this person here so no get stay. What does the law say? Now within the laws, there are loopholes. Can we now sit and see that, okay, within that same law, what are the loopholes that we can use to bring this person back? Using so and so and so justification based on her service, based on everything she has contributed to the American society. But people and they forget that one day. And they can't tell me, but oh, how now they take care of your papa, they take care of your mama, they get picking them. Like, do you honestly think the thousands of people that have been repatriated or that have been whatever back that in better past them? No, man. Make we use logic and critical thinking for approach them here so I want them. That's all I am saying here. Because at the end of the day, not of us saying I be a citizen and then go falsely hold am. Not for saying I be a green card holder way in term not expire or whatever, then go falsely hold them. No, we are not dealing with any of these two. We are not. So therefore, we need for go dear, suffer on how we approach this thing and make sure, say, this woman, be given stay or be granted stay or something even much more permanent. Or something even much more permanent. But we are not going to fail for acknowledge what is and just a point finger like, she had done no wrong. Yes, she had done no wrong in that. You not kill nobody. Just because you not get paper not to crime. You not commit crime. You not kill nobody in a paper you not get. But we need to acknowledge that. And then see what we go able to do. Let's continue watching what the president was saying.
Arrests have been made, drug warehouses dismantled, and key supply routes disrupted, especially in the western area. As president, let me be very clear that despite the progress made and our actions, the fight against Kush continues.
Different thing than what they don't do for make sure say the fight against this Kushia so then team up and tranga one. Make we continue for watch.
With our neighbors and development partners who are here. Chemical testing has linked Kush to international synthetic drug market in Asia and in Europe, who operate as exporters of Kush. In West Africa, Kush has expanded into retail drug markets across multiple countries, posing an increasing threat. This is no longer a local health issue. The chemicals are imported. The money moves across borders. The networks are transnational. As we confront this growing challenge, the growing challenges in the fight against Kush, it is essential that we critically examine how effective our current 5 strategies have been and seek ways to strengthen them. More than 1 year since the creation of the task force, each of us carry the weight of facing these difficulties, yet vital questions, because only through our shared commitment can we hope to turn the tide on Kush. First, regarding prevention, what more can we do to raise awareness, promote healthy alternatives, and deter drug use among our youth? Second, concerning care and treatment, how can we expand access to care, treatment, and rehabilitation to effectively meet demand? Third, with respect to social support, do we need to scale up our counseling, skills training, and reintegration programs to support individuals in recovery? As there are gaps remaining that we must urgently address. Fourth, in terms of law enforcement, what additional measures are required to boost investigation, arrest, and fast-track prosecution to disrupt the drug supply chain? And finally, on community engagement, what more can we do to revitalize our methods of engagement that address local needs and create sustainable impact? These questions must guide our reflection today as we renew our commitment to overcoming this fight. With these opening remarks, I look forward to constructive deliberations. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We want to thank you for those opening remarks. And I believe that those remarks have set the stage for the high-level meeting. And on that note, I want to give the opportunity now to the coordinator of the National Task Force to give us an overview of the progress and presentation of the report. National Coordinator, Professor Sam, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Honorable Vice President. His Excellency the President, Honorable Vice President, all protocols duly observed. Giving a brief account of what we have done since the establishment of the task force. Kush, we all know, is not marijuana. It is a deadly cocktail, as already highlighted by His Excellency, involving marshmallow, nitazine, which is 100 times more fatal, or 100 times more potent than fentanyl, tramadol, and other unknown substances. It is lethal, it is cheap, and it's spreading very fast. Kush is not a Sierra problem. It is a West African problem. It is an African problem. Currently, West Africa is considered as the hotspot for synthetic opiates. The graphs that you see, these are just seizures of contrabands across the West African sub-region. You can see Sierra Leone is way down for seizures of by country. Benin, Guinea-Bissau, Cape Verde, the Gambia, Senegal, they are all ahead of Sierra Leone. And for heroin also, same, Sierra Leone is way down, Liberia tops the list, we have Benin, and we have Cape Verde and other countries. Where are we? There has been significant rise in admissions, as already highlighted by His Excellency the President, from 2020 to 2023. We had 222 admissions at the psychiatric hospital in 2020, and by 2023, that number has increased to about 2,955. Notably, there was a 3,868% surge in Kush use that was recorded at the KC Psychiatric Hospital. Hence, His Excellency the President declared Kush as a national emergency and a security threat in April 2024. When the task force was formed, it was meant to address an urgent need of an epidemic. 5 pillars were clearly established, and that was the organogram that we are working on. The task force reporting to His Excellency through the Honorable Vice President, and we had strategic pillars. Indeed, our approach was a whole of government model. That is, all MDs involved, as you can see from the slide. There was a national structure, and we established district structures, and those district structures were replicated at community level. These are the strategic focus when we were established. The first one was to raise awareness and promote healthy alternatives. The goal set by His Excellency the President at that time was to reduce youth drug abuse by 80% within the first 2 years. Another goal set was to train 100 community leaders in drug and substance abuse within 6 months. That was realized. The next goal that was given us was to achieve a 70% increase in conviction of Kush-related offenses within the first 1 year. We are also tasked, that was a little overambitious, to establish 1 rehab center in each of the districts, because it was an expensive exercise, but we came together as a task force and then recalibrated that why can't we start at regional level and then can cascade to district level. So that is what we have done. And then we are also tasked to provide 90% support to individuals who were to return to work or to education. These are the strategic pillars. Prevention and community engagement, their main strategy is risk communication and community engagement, is to increase public awareness campaigns and to educate the public on drug abuse, especially Kush. And the lead for the prevention pillar is the Ministry of Information and Civic Education, the co-lead Ministry of Health and NPHA and other organizations that are part of it. Community engagement is led by Ministry of Local Government, and the co-lead is Ministry of Youth and NPHA and other organizations. Then treatment and care is to provide medical care for substance abuse victims. Ministry of Health leads that pillar, and then we have co-pillars, Pharmacy Board, National Public Health Agency, and our development partners. Social support, head by Ministry of Social Welfare, Ministry of Youth is co-leading that pillar, and Ministry of Labor and other organizations, organization development partners, and law enforcement. Law enforcement is to disrupt the illicit drug supply chain with investigations, arrests, and prosecutions. NDLEA leads that pillar, and then the other members of the pillar, Ministry of Internal Affairs, the Ministry of Justice, Ministry of Defense, OMS, and other development partners. Additional pillars that can be established, and we did establish them, was to cross-cutting strategy, surveillance, and using the 117 to call, and NPHA, Ministry of Health, Social Welfare, our universities inclusive, and safe and dignified burial. That is the cross-cutting strategy, and to ensure safe and dignified burial, Ministry of Health was leading, Ministry of Internal Affairs, Freetown City Council, and our development partners. Fortunately, I think there was a meeting yesterday, Ministry of Local Government, Ministry of Health, and Ministry of Internal Affairs. So this slide might be redundant. I think they came up with something that supersedes what we propose, what we are proposing. Now we take pillar by pillar. The treatment and care pillar, as I said, led by the Ministry of Health. The total number of cases seen by the at the Kisi Psychiatric Hospital or by the team from the establishment of the task force is 6,839. And of those, 2,324 Kush victims admitted at psychiatric hospital. And then the treatment pillar was able to train 1,247 health workers to assist in that venture. And a lot of clinical protocols were developed. Rehabilitation and integration pillar, head by Ministry of Social Welfare. Ministry of Social Welfare has effectively established 3 rehab centers, one at Hastings, which has actually graduated about 5 cohorts of victims. One also established at Daru. We have graduated 1 cohort, and then 1 cohort has now been inserted at Daru, and Makeni is on the way. We send resources to Makeni back and forth, but we have now found a way to make sure that we circumvent those obstacles that we are facing in the.
Okay, my family, definitely we go continue with this, because I see what via them Benes Suma, they say, Matilda, you know, for play this thing, they make me not wake up with my pen. In fact, they say no, mute first the audio side and they play. No, my friend, we need for play this and we need for listen. Because when we dey get conversation, we need for get informed conversation. Because many people will ask me, say, but Matilda, I don't 3 weeks now where they all this status get together because Naomi go call them. Why you still insist for play this thing? You don't play a 1 time for we 1 time go. Why you still insist for play this thing and analyze them? Like I say, it's important for make we play, for make we understand what thing and they say now. So that tomorrow and by, we go able to call them to question. Now because we been sit down, now been to money, and listen to what thing and say now been to money. Now that make they like it today are able to sit down so and listen to what and say and call them. Remember them waiting them and say have been to money. Yes. Because that day they wait them in then have been to money How the thing they go na so they meet me. How we they go na so they meet me. How we they go na so they meet me. How we they go na so they meet me. So nothing no happen have been to money where I not be know. Still get the video there. Still get all waiting them in talking and into money. So as at now, 1.5 years later, we there so now. Actually, not even 1.5 years itself. A little over a year we there now. We need for see waiting and they say. And say, eh, na so na been say, oh. Like for example, according to their own statistics, they say by 2023, the rise of Kush was 3,800. No, the rise of Kush had already quadrupled that and beyond. They say they go bring can down at the time 2024 when they meeting have been to money where they form this coalition or this task force or whatever they call it. They say they go reduce Kush in 2 years by 80%. Who side we dey right now, people? Now reduction we dey on our augmentation we dey. So this is why these are very they are so very important for make we know and for make we continue for talk about. So that right now this now a presentation like a presentation report where they give back to the president. And some of the figures the way that they call like so their figures then they don't all water at all, despite the fact that they can go and look for the current figures. What does it show? It shows that there has been perhaps a lack of documentation in this business coming from the government agencies. They say the goal at then na before open 1 rehab center per district. He admitted that that was a very lofty and ambitious goal. Because even the figure where a report say they open 3 rehab centers them in all water. Now 2 rehab center then they open. Now 2 rehab center then they open. Yes. They open 2 rehab center there. They're not open 3. At all. Even the one themselves where they run the rehab operation. Now yeah, so before we face themselves team up and confess say they're not ever open. They not ever open the 3 rehab center and 2 rehab center. They try for look for the name. Now that's make a stall people. Sometimes when you see me stalling, it means that the name don't can me Ed Daru. When I go back and listen, he said they open a Daru. But then they not so true. They open a Hastings, they open a Bow. Daru no ever open. Daru no ever see the light of day. Daru no ever get bed. Now even Yaso self, even the Minister of Health Council don't talk say Daru the tents them mold and this and that and the fan then take the length and to EDSA. EDSA no they pay them money. EDSA no they give them remuneration. For make EDSA draw cable come back na the tent, EDSA they dabaru there. They play yuki with them. And then I say, why make you go take generator where then donate to hospital, go give EDSA and not charge EDSA money. And then I say, if the tents they mold, no, you not health minister. Definitely you know of the 5-to-1 ratio, 5 cup water, 1 cup bleach. And you know for say that 5-to-1 ratio they take care of the mold. Now yeah, so as you don't talk about. So me brother Suma, these are the reasons why you cannot mute where then they talk. You need for open ears. Listen to waiting and they say. Yeri waiting and they say. So you can correct them on waiting and they say. Before they hold this meeting, yeah, so what be done come out na do and be done scatter say na 2 rehab center no more they manage open. The Daruwa no one they see the light of day. The intention was there, but it was never materialized. But they still look the president and yeah, they like the president say they're open 3 rehab center. So my brother, these are the things we have to call out. So no, we cannot close our ears to these things, especially when we know the truth. We have to call them out on their deceitful information, right? Twisted information. This na a how them call am current report na the table so. But before they meet for this current report, we already been done find out 1 week or 1.5 weeks before they sit down at table say them place there no be ever, especially Daru. So why make it go can sit down and can table and can tell the president say they open 3 rehab center when at 2 no more they open. So you see me, brother, you see what to make I not go left and I go continue for play this thing. Then this why so now we all landing sound and not left me behind. I understand that it is vexing, it is upsetting, it is very annoying sometimes. But how do we help governments be accountable? How do we help people within our government structure be accountable if we do not have the information? Information is key. Information is power. Now, because I've been done listening to and I've been to money, and I take time for listening to all within the heads of the different departments. Then don't table, and they interview them, and I don't take me note. I don't put them down. So now when they talk, I can go and cross check what they say na true or not true. So I hope say you understand me, brother. Now, the other thing where I want to talk as we close today, because when I know for say 7 o'clock, belling, me on done. I know for say I continuously use the word apathy where I talk about this immigration issue, and especially this lady in immigration issue. And some people them go quick for say, Matilda, you are using the wrong word. No, I'm not using the wrong word. I mean, the way to close for me to close with this. Because for some of you, you actually thought the word I should be using is empathy instead of apathy. No, I am very strategic in how I choose to use my words. In a situation like this, what you should see manifest is empathy. However, what is being manifested is apathy. And in another reason why I choose the word apathy, and I say I will not be lured into apathy, instead I will manifest empathy. And in waiting I say, now empathy me manifest instead of apathy. Because beaucoup of the people that we don't circulate this woman in video, when they talk about this woman, they are in the state of apathy. They not care. They're not emotionally invested. They are very disinterested in what eventually happens to her. They are just there for views and likes and for draw attention to them pages them. They are not doing it because they care about what happened to those women at the end of the day. They are not doing it because 2 weeks from now, they will continue to cover her story and follow up and see what happens. They are not doing it because they are interested in the well-being of her and her family and her children. They are doing it for the moment. But you see me, Matilda Nayaso, I don't do things for the moment. I do things because they are the right thing to do. I do things because that's what humanity demands of me. I do things because I can always say this thing also. If one day me, Matilda, end up in a situation, or one of my family member end up in a situation, may an army rise to come to their defense. And when I say army, I don't mean the literal sense of army. I mean may people rise to come to their aid and their defense. And that is why I always choose to walk the right path. I could have played the video here. I could have posted the pictures. I could have done this and that and that and that and that. But I'm not interested in that. I am interested in the end goal. So yes, apathy is boring. Empathy is humanity. And I chose my words very careful, knowing how I was going to end this. We'll pick this up back again next week. May God give you grace. And if there's anyone who is close to the event or situation, and no one make person can't tell me, I believe, I think, I assume. No. Even she herself, if she wants to come tell her story. But remember again, I say apathy is boring. I don't do apathy. I do logic. I do reasoning. We could do them in such a way that we bring a human face to it and see what we can do. I know the likes of lawyer, what's his name? Lawyer Mohammed, I don't forget his name now, that does the Sunday Review. These are astute lawyers. And also I can pick my phone at any time and call upon lawyer Iskandri, who is an immigration lawyer and who has practiced immigration law within the US. I don't live in the US, but I know people that I can pick the phone up. Just like una self, I sure say you know people them that you can pick the phone up and say, listen, I'm in a bind. I need your help. One of us is in a bind. What do we do? What can we do? Listen, we don't find ways for give paper them to people them in extreme circumstances. But honesty first, before anything. Acknowledgement first, before anything. If we left the emotional blackmail aside, let us look at the issue for what it is. Then we can forge ahead. Until then, may God bless we all. May God continue to bless Mama Salone. What till we they look for at this dunya? If it be its will, may He will it to us. Onotata.
That is so right, yeah now. What if they do? What we bother them, they die. Push on down the hill, now them body just they try. So foot at them body, they and now they just they cry. Now we bother them foot so they swell, now why? I don't know if now the chemical or what's in them they put. Best now for avoid them, nothing but the suit. Other food and they for it, come up be young Kush. We say bring this message so you too work for you. Oh no me,